Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Uncivil Law. I hope you're having a great day, and this is the channel where we learn through the misfortunes of others. This is episode number 46 in our ongoing coverage of the Capitol riots via the form of John Daniel Andries. In this case, we're going to learn about the activities of Mr. Andries, and we're going to discuss some interesting aspects of Mr. Andries that at least make me think at the end. So let's get started with this. On January the 17th of 2021, the FBI received an online tip from a witness who stated that they were watching the news during the Capitol insurrection and recognized a suspect, but wasn't sure it was him. He had heard the suspect was at the Capitol, however. An FBI agent contacted the witness the same day by telephone. During the interview, the witness stated that he or she was watching television and recognized John Daniel Andries in a crowd of people at the United States Capitol building on January the 6th. The witness stated that he or she saw Andries about 2 years ago and knew him through a mutual friend. The witness provided the FBI with Andries' address and telephone number, which apparently, even though it's a friend of a friend, they had an address on, which is kind of weird, but okay. We have an address for this, which the FBI has confirmed are registered to Andries. So, yeah. He or she confirmed that Andries has multiple arrests for DUI, which the FBI has also confirmed. So our friend here is had some troubles in his past with some multiple DUIs, and we've escalated from DUIs to storming the Capitol. Okay. The witness provided a link to a screenshot from @BG on the scene and identified Andries at 1319 in the video. A screenshot from the video is contained below. We identified Andries from this? Okay. I mean, all right. If we identified Andries from this, we identified Andries from this. So, I guess this witness can see through the blur and see that this is Andries. Okay. Andries appears to have a long, light brown hair and full beard and is wearing khaki-colored jacket, black shirt or sweatshirt, and a backpack. So many people with a backpack on the day in question, ma'am. The witness also provided a screenshot to the FBI the witness captured from the YouTube video and identified Andries in the front left-hand corner. Again, this is the screenshot. You cannot be serious. Apparently you're serious. Okay. Apparently this is the screenshot of the YouTube video the witness took and said, I can see Andries in the left top of the video, which is apparently this arrow to this bit of hair. And apparently this witness is able to say, I know that bit of hair belongs to Andries. This is the most observant witness of all time. We're able to pick Andries out of this shot from the crowd where he's in the back left. I'm not even sure who the arrow is pointing at. Okay. An FBI agent conducted surveillance of Andries on January the 21st, 21. He saw Andries outside carrying a jacket that appeared to resemble the khaki-colored jacket that Andries wore inside. So the FBI is in their van, their Flowers by Irene van, outside his house or something doing surveillance, and see him wearing similar clothing. The FBI agent recognized Andries from the photographs and videos. Okay, let's go with that. On January the 25th, another FBI agent interviewed a deputy sheriff with the St. Mary County's Sheriff Office in Maryland. The witness stated that he or she responded to Andries' home on January the 11th of 2021. In response to an unrelated police report, when the witness arrived, Andries was home and the witness interviewed Andries. The FBI agent, okay, this is a police officer, but not FBI. So in an unrelated event, for an unrelated police report, the county sheriff is showing up at Andries' house and wants to talk to Andries. His law enforcement difficulties multiply. The FBI agent showed the witness the screenshots above from inside the Capitol building. So this would be the other police officer. The witness looked at the screenshot and identified Andreas, saying it looks like him. The witness identified Andreas having distinct shaggy hair and a beard. So this police officer who met with Andreas on a completely unrelated criminal issue was able to say, yes, I recognize Andreas from these photographs. Okay. While viewing the BG on the scene YouTube video provided by Witness One, the FBI recognized Andreas in several other video clips, both inside and outside the Capitol building, with other riders at the beginning of the video at approximately 10 minutes and 21 seconds, which doesn't seem like the beginning of the video, but whatever. Andreas can be seen on the steps outside the Capitol building with a large crowd. The crowd is attempting to break down the metal barriers into the building as police officers try to hold them back. So now we get another picture of Andreas with his hair and beard, and they are attempting to take down the metal barricades as the police tell them to go away. So he is at the front lines of this thing as so far as it goes. Approximately 30 seconds later, the crowd breaks through the barriers and head towards the Capitol building. Andreas can be seen walking up the stairs towards the building. Eventually, the crowd enters the building. Andreas can be seen inside the building with other riders. There he is. He's trying to climb in through the windows. Yeah. The FBI also reviewed video surveillance footage from the U.S. Capitol Police. The video footage shows Andreas entering the Capitol building through a broken window. And then we see Andreas in his brown shirt with his shaggy hair and his beard as he is climbing through the window. So we got that, stuff. As seen in BG on the scene video, once he was inside the building, Andreas appears to be part of a crowd that's attempting to push past U.S. Capitol police officers. At one point, Andreas turns to the crowd and waves his arms in a back and forth motion. So he's got his hands up. He's got his hands up in the air. Wave him like you just don't care. Wave him like you just don't care, Mr. Andreas, with his backpack. Like, what the hell? I like this photograph as the police are apparently confronting him. And he's like, what the hell? Why are you bothering me? I mean, that's how I'm interpreting this photograph. Obviously, you can interpret it your own way. But the police appear to be confronting him, and he appears to be like, what the F, man? Why are you bothering me? I don't know. Why do you think the police might be bothering you, Andreas? What's up, man? Why are you here, man? That's how I'm reading the photograph, so you can come up with your own interpretation. The next video shows BG on the scene show Andreas near the front of the crowd, near the officers. And then we get another shot of him. The United States Capitol Police video further shows Andreas walking up to Capitol Police officers several times and gets within inches of them. He appears to be moving his arms up and down as he faces the crowd. Hey yo, hey yo. Hey yo, hey yo. Yeah, that's good. The FBI believes there's probable cause to believe that he entered the building and he disrupted proceedings and so forth and so on. Okay. So the tale of Mr. Andreas's day is perhaps not the most interesting tale we've seen, but there are some interesting factoids here about Mr. Andreas that make it a little bit more interesting for at least me. So as it turns out, Mr. Andreas has an interesting background history outside of his criminal predilections. It turns out that Mr. Andreas here was in the United States Marine Corps from 2004 to 2009. He apparently finished the Marine Corps in good standing as a Lance Corporal, which is the third rank for the enlisted within the Marine Corps. And perhaps more interesting than that was his assignments. His assignment was notable. He was assigned to be crew for a helicopter. So he didn't fly the helicopters. He helped to repair and maintain the helicopters. But the helicopters he helped to repair and maintain were not just any helicopters. No, he was assigned to what's known as the HMX-1 squadron. For those of you who don't know what HMX-1 would be, that's Marine One. He was crew chief. He was crew chief for Marine One. Those would be the helicopters he was maintaining. The helicopters that are used by the president, the Marine One helicopters, he was crew chief for them. And what also makes it notable is because he was crew chief, he had a Yankee White clearance. So that's kind of notable because Yankee White is pretty much the highest security clearance that you can get. That's the security clearance that you need to be like within the proximity of the president. That's for the people that are within the bubble of the president. So if you want to be within the bubble of the president, so you want to be inside the Secret Service as they are like escorting the president, right? So there's the perimeter that the Secret Service has, right, outside the president. But you can be within the bubble. So if you're within the bubble, to get within that bubble, you have to have Yankee White clearance. The Secret Service usually takes it pretty seriously. And if you are, for example, in charge, if you're the crew chief for maintaining the presidential helicopter, the president repairs all the time, well, geez, why might you have to have a Yankee White clearance? I mean, come on, right? So, kind of important. So, basically, he had one of the most thorough background checks known to man. And somehow, like 12 years later, because he left the service in 2009, 12 years later, he winds up storming the United States Capitol. After being a Marine for 5 years, and after being the crew chief for Marine One. So I don't know what that says about anything, but for me, it's just a weird thing because this is like one of the most thorough background checks known to man. And somehow this guy who passed this check and was trusted to repair the president's helicopter somehow fell so far from grace. So I don't know what that means about anything, but it kind of notable. I mean, So it's kind of a thing. All right. So that's special. Anyways, that's all I have for today. In the very near future, and perhaps tonight, I'm going to be doing some more of these series because there's been a group of 4 Proud Boys who are now being charged with conspiracy. We've already covered one of them. We're going to try to cover the other 4, and then we're also going to try to deal with the indictments. So I don't know if we're going, or the other 3. So that'd be 4 more stories we have to do on that to round out our set. So I'm not sure exactly how we'll be doing that. Probably won't do them all today, but we're going to try to get through them in the relatively near future. So until we get to the group of 4 Proud Boys who are all being indicted for conspiracy, I'm off. Hope all's well to later, my friends. Cheers and goodbye.